Hi guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is Gravity Gardens for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. Your challenge is to build a roller coaster park in the beautiful Gravity Gardens. No other rides, just roller coasters. Your objective, to repay your loan and achieve a park value of at least 500,000. Okay, so a fairly straightforward scenario then. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy, just that there's no failure mode. So even if it takes us 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't matter. We've got a goal. As long as we achieve that goal, we'll complete the scenario. Okay, so we're charging for entry. So all the rides will be free. And by rides, yeah, there you go. So there's nothing. Oh, hang on. There's a ton of shops. Loads of shops. Cash machine as well, that could be useful. We've got the kiosk, toilets, we've got tons of food, tons of drink, so that's great. So what we're going to do then, first of all then, we might as well just chuck all our research into roller coasters. Let's see what ones we've got already. Oh, there you go, we've got loads, absolutely loads to start off with. So we've got a nice big wooden coaster to begin with. Good excitement. Do you know, I don't like the look of these cars. I know it gives you a bit of a boost on excitement, but I never liked those cars. I always prefer the look of the regular cars, so I'll probably end up changing that. There's no photo section, so I'll put one of them on there. But the first thing I'm going to want to do then, looking at it, we've got a nice big park. Lots of paths going all the way around, some scenery as well. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is drop down some no entry signs. So I'll drop one, say there at that junction, some up here, and then just beyond here, so around over there I'll drop another one there, because we want the guests to be able to get access to the first roller coaster we've got. I'll delete the paths just here in the middle of the screen there, and I'll tidy that up. But other than that, I'll keep the ride. I'll keep all the paths. I mean, I might tidy up there. I don't like that little section there, or that little bit jotting out there. But yeah, I'll keep them. I'll tinker them slightly, and then I'll just crack on with building. So what was the admission price? Right. Okay, I'll probably drop that down at first, just because I don't want to get that award for the worst value park. But what I'll do is I'll build something quick and simple. Maybe some Corkscrew Coasters, a couple of these here, a pair of them, just there. And then that should give us the ability to charge a bit more for entry. And then what I'll do is I'll just keep plugging away, building small coasters at first, and then as time gets on, we're going to be making a lot of money, and we can build bigger and better coasters. So I'm going to crack on with the building then, and I'll see you in a bit. It is October year 1. We've got a park value of 175,000. So I came in then, I built a pair of Corkscrew Coasters. They synchronize well together, and when they go, one goes through the loops, one goes through, and then same again with the other one. We can see them as they go off now. So just over here then, by the entrance, I've built my favoured 4x4 paths with just to put loads of shops in the middle. I'm not going to do that throughout the park. Just wanted to do that to get a load of shops down. We're charging £60 for the entry ticket. I did have it to 40 after I built the first few rides, but then I looked at how much money they were coming in, and they were more than happy to pay the 60. Got a lot of merchandise stalls, color coordinated, so the blue balloons, blue t-shirts, that sort of thing. Just over here we got pink ones for the pink ride. So I added a photo section on the wooden coaster. Also, I changed the cars to the normal wooden cars because I don't like the look of the articulated ones. Just to the side then, we've got a wild mine train. So we got good excitement on that. Let's have a look at the twins. Good excitement on these. Guests loving them. So I just wanted something quick and simple to justify the entry price. And up here then, got a nice little twister coaster with some launch tracks as well. So we've got, you can't launch them at the station, but it comes out, it's a little dip, a little booster track there, just to speed it around the corner, and then a couple of booster tracks just there, just to get enough speed, so when it takes the Cobra roll up there, it's just enough so that the front of the train goes over and can drag the rest of it round. So as you see, when you see now, when it goes off, when it gets to the Cobra roll, it looks like it's going to stall and going to roll back, but it's just going fast enough, and good excitement as well on that. So it's just going fast enough to make it. I'd love to ride something like this, absolutely love it. And then just over here then, I've got the start of a pair of vertical drop coasters. So I'm going to go for I'm going to try a pair of dueling coasters. So what that means is it'll be a pair of coasters where they interact with each other a lot. So it'll look as if they're going to collide, but they'll cross over each other numerous times. So that's something I'm going to do in the coming year. And then I don't know, maybe something over in this corner, and then we'll just have to see how we play it. What I'm going to do is I'm cramming everything into this nice little area to begin with, and then when I fill this up, what I'll do is I'll start expanding. So so this little no entry sign, I'll move that along to here, and then we can build something here, and then when we've done that, we can move out a bit, because what I don't want is I don't want to open up the whole park, because then we'll have guests wandering around over here nowhere near the rides, and that's it'll stop them buying things in the shops, and it'll stop them riding the rides. So I was looking at a guide on park value tips from someone who's actually studied the source code, and the amount of guests in the park and the amount of guests riding the rides actually contributes to the park value. So let's see what the next year brings. It is October year 2, so I finished off the dueling coasters. One of them's broken down, so we'll have a look at them in a minute when it's repaired. I've got a side friction coaster just over here. It's a little slow at the start. Maybe it could do with being a bit quicker, but I wanted to use the terrain. So it comes around, a few head chopper elements, and then comes to the first chain lift, and they synchronize there. That's quite nice. More luck and judgment. And then a few more head chopper elements, and then the second chain lift then, it was actually going over that no problem in testing, but I decided to add the chain lift just to make sure, because I had to add one on this third lift because it wasn't going quick enough. So when I was adding that, I decided to add one on the second one as well. And then a few more bends, and then underground and back to the station. Good excitement on that. And then what else? Oh, there you go. Got this figure of 8 twister coaster here. Now on the tutorial section, on my tutorial playlist, there's a link below the video for that. I've got a pair of looped coasters in a figure of 8 pattern, but what I did was I went one stage further and I made it with a twister coaster. So this is actually one coaster in a Mobius, so the left hand track goes round and then comes back to the right hand station, and the same for the right hand, goes back round and comes back to the left hand station. So there's good excitement on that. Hopefully when the park's busier, we can really see what the throughput on this is like, because we've got 2,400 now, and the park's, there's hardly anyone in it, to be honest. The queues are nowhere near full, so it'd be good to see what it's like later on. And then just over here then, we've got these two dueling coasters. More luck than judgment with this one again. It's turned out really well. I'm quite happy with this, the way they cross over at key points, and they come back to the station pretty much together as well. So I'm happy with the way that's turned out. Good excitement on these. And that's year 2. We've got an excitement. We've got park value of just under $250,000. So we need $500,000 to pass the scenario. I've reduced the loan down to 1,000 because the interest is on 8%. So I wanted to reduce it down, but I didn't want to put it down to 0 because part of the scenario goal is to repay the loan. So if when I'm building later on I accidentally go over the 500,000 without noticing and then my loan is on 0, it'll pass the scenario. But I want to make sure I'm filming at that point. So I've got left it on 1,000 so I can drop that down as and when we're filming. It is October year 3. We've got a park value of 320,000. We've got 1,300 guests in the park, so that's helping with the value. We've got 2 spinning wild mouse rides because I'd forgotten I built the first one. So this one over here is called Dizzy. If you remember the little egg with the boxing gloves that used to jump around the platforms back in the 80s, early 90s. It's based on him. And then this one here, not as good excitement on this one, so it's more of a gentler one, but I like the idea of the people sat down eating their food with the cars spinning round above them. And then we've got a Virginia reel then just here, good excitement, standard stuff, wide bends when it's going quite quick, tighter bends when it's not going as quick. Try to have it going the same way through a couple of bends just to get it spinning, and then spin it back the other way then. And then just over here, because the money's really starting to come in now, so we're up to 10,000, up to 10,000 a month. It did drop off a little bit, but just over here then I've got, oh, and it's just about to go off, so it's just up the chain left. You can watch this going round. So this one's called Colossus. Yeah, awful pun, but I'm really happy with the way this coaster turned out. Now, I wouldn't normally build a coaster this big, but I am really happy with the way it turned out. And then brake run, block brakes. So we've got 1 on the chain lift, we've got 1 then returning just to the station, and then we've got 1 in the station, 3 in total. And that's the year 3 done with then. So how many have we got in total? What have we got? We built 5 the first year, 3 the second year. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we're up to 12 now. And we're over halfway there. So now I'm thinking a lot of the coasters will be, we probably won't be building as many per year, but what we do build, we can build bigger than what we normally would do, because we're going to need to build bigger coasters simply to add extra value to the park, because the coasters that are here, as the time goes on, they will start depreciating in value. So if they're worth, I don't know, 20,000 this year, next year they might only be worth 18,000, and added up together that will drop the value of the park. So I'm going to crack on with the building then. I'll see you next year. It is October year 4, 3 new additions then this year. We've got a pair of racers, so we've got these wild mouse rides here. So good excitement, high intensity, but very good excitement on them. So I'm quite happy with these. A lot longer than I'd normally have them, but we are looking for longer rides to help with the value. And then just over here then we've got a huge Giga Coaster. Now the intensity is quite high because of that lateral G. So I've looked at the graphs. So if you look here at the graphs, you can see where the lateral G's are at the highest. Let's have a look. There you go. So there's a big spike there. So that corresponds then with this turn. So what I'm going to do then, in the beginning of next year, I'm going to play about with this. I'll probably end up taking this hill away and just have a fast sweeping bend or something, just to get rid of that high lateral G's, and then hopefully that'll increase the excitement. It's already very high, so we'll see if we can increase it a bit more. There's nothing fancy with it. It just literally up and down fast bends then. But yeah, it should add quite a lot of value to the park. It is October year 5, so I've finished off the Giga Coaster. So I've rejigged some of the corners just to get rid of the intensity, or actually reduce it, not get rid of it. It's going to have some. There's nothing complex on this. It's just a case of going up and down, and then when I need to turn, do some nice wide bends, and then up and down again, and turn, and up and down again, and just rinse and repeat. Just keep doing that, and then just work my way back to the station. It's over 7,000 feet long, so in all the videos we've done so far, this is easily the longest coaster I've built, probably by about 2 or 3 times. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. I mean, we're making so much money that we can literally throw money at coasters. I think this one cost must have cost about 50,000. Let's have a look if we can see back. Can't find it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so August, September of last year, 50,000 to build it. How was that affected? There you go. So the excitement's gone up a little bit, the intensity's come down a bit as well. Almost 8,000 foot long. Ride time of 2 minutes. That's because it's going very fast, so it's not quite as long. And then just over here we've got a stand-up coaster. So let's have a look. 7.6, not bad excitement. So there you go, just under 3,000 feet for this one. The fact it's going over some of the other coasters, that'll help boost their excitement by a little. Just waiting for the train to leave the station, and we can follow it around. So because it's a stand-up coaster, they are by their very nature quite intense. So I don't want to go overboard with this one. It's nice wide bends, not too quick. And then the brake run underground. And back to the station. So when I opened that ride up, there was a huge amount of guests. Where were they? I think they were around either here or here. They were all congregated, massive conga of guests, because they wanted to get over to here, but they couldn't work out how, so they were just trying to go in a straight line. So I had to rejig some of the no entry signs in order to allow them to come up this way. And then as soon as I did that, it was a huge stream of guests went straight up that way. So because we've opened up this path, what I've done is I've decided to build my next coaster just here. So it's a floorless coaster. So I've got the start of it, so it comes up, goes straight under, and then back up and around. So we're just going to have it going here, there and everywhere. So we've got just under 400,000. So I have noticed that when it rains, the park value does drop a little, and then as soon as it stops raining and the guests go back on the rides, it does increase a little as well. What I'll do is I'll post a link in the video notes. So there'll be a link below the video to the article I was reading, which tells you all about some tips and tricks for park value. A lot of it won't apply to this one, because with this one you've only got roller coasters, so it is just a case of building as many roller coasters as you can, but it will help you on other park value maps as well. It is October year 6. It's just started raining, so that's dropped the park with value a little, because there's not as many guests going on the rides. I've got more than the 500,000 that we need, but I've still got £1,000 loan. So as soon as I click that loan off and repay it, it'll allow me to pass the scenario. I've just built a reverser coaster here. Good excitement on that. They can be fairly tricky when you're trying to build them compact, but we've got tons of space here, so we could just chuck as much money as we want at it, no issues at all. When we last spoke, then I was building a flawless coaster, so that's here. So there's good excitement on that. We can watch that going around. So up the chain lift and then down underground, back up. Back under. Little helix. Barrel roll. And then brake run at the back, and then back to the station. Good excitement on that one. And then just here then, very simple. Nope, wrong one. Just here then, very simple. Where is it? No. Let's get the second one. Very simple design. Booster track underground. Up. Over the top part. Back down. Underground. Brake run at the end. Back to the station. Very simple design. Not the highest excitement, but the guests are absolutely loving this ride. And then what have we got just here then? We've got inverted roller coaster. So this is coaster number 21. There you go, the park value. So it had dropped, then it's gone back up. Now with the rain, it's just dropped again from 525 down to 523. But as soon as the sun comes back out and the guests start going back on the rides, it should shoot up again. Brake run at the end and back to the station. So with this one then, I think I was going for just something long to help us get over the target to ensure that we completed the scenario. So quite enjoyed playing this one. It's been a nice alternative to the regular scenario goals. Nice opportunity to try building some coasters that we wouldn't normally build, or some building styles I wouldn't normally do as well. So we've achieved the target. I'm going to end this clip here, and then when I come back then we're going to complete the scenario. So we're about to complete the park then. The scenario wanted 500,000 park value with just roller coasters. We've got 21 roller coasters in the park. We've got a park value of 512,000. I'm repaying the loan. and at some point it should say we've passed. There you go. Stu. Great stuff. I enjoyed that scenario. It was a nice break from the regular guests and rating that we have to do. It's nice to be able to just try new coasters out and do some building that we wouldn't normally do. I'd never normally build a coaster like this mine train coaster, but I might from now on, because I like the way it's turned out. In the guide that I was mentioning earlier about park value, it does say that there is a penalty for building multiple versions of the same ride. So for example, I've got this one here, the figure of 8, that's a twister. This one here, that's a twister, the purple one. And this one here, the sort of King de Car style coaster, that's a twister as well. So there will be a slight penalty on these ones on park value, but we had so many coasters in the end that that was fine. So that was Gravity Gardens. I am Stu. In the end, we didn't use the whole of the park. We started off in the corner and we expanded as and when needed. Because the last thing I wanted to do was open up the whole park and then guests would just get lost and stuck all the way over here. That would affect the park rating, that would affect the amount of guests coming into the park, which would then affect the amount of money we've got, and we'd be chasing a lost cause right from the start. So hope you enjoyed the video. I am Stu. Any questions or feedback, drop them in the comment section and I'll see you next time. Bye.